Do you work too much, constantly on the go, miss hanging out with friends, family, or even yourself? Do you ever feel like you need an escape? Whitney's Escapes is here to help with just that. We specialize in family travel, autism travel, group trips, vacations, staycations, and more. So when you're ready for your next escape, make sure you contact us at whitneysescapes.com. Follow us on social media at Whitney's Escapes as well. Whitney's Escapes, where your dreams become your reality.
Hey guys! So you know what time it is? It's Whitney Escapes Wednesdays. You see I got a new backdrop and stuff, guys. I'm trying to be fancy over here. But it's exciting Wednesday for multiple reasons. One reason is Whitney Escapes Wednesday. Two reasons, my birthday this week. And number three reason, I have a special guest.
Hi everyone. That's right. Your girl T Quest is in Connecticut. I'm here in the building with Whitney Escapes. We're gonna do something a little different. So yeah, we here, we lit, we in the building.
Yes, we are. It's a great week. You know, it's my birthday week, so it's going to be turned up. And no other way to start off with what? A Whitney Escapes podcast.
Absolutely.
Can you see me good, guys? Can you see the glare in my glasses?
It's so weird.
That you can see.
Hey, Mary.
Hey. It is, but let me take my glasses off. I think it's too glary.
Yeah.
There we go. I don't want to see the back, you know that. So, guys, we're going to have a really important topic today because, as you know, we like to always drop jewels no matter what the occasion. Our podcast here is to what it's Quest? What's your slogan?
The Quest effect is real?
No. Informative, fun, but yet entertaining.
Oh, yes. Informative. No. Relatable, informative, yet entertaining.
Thank you, T, because I'm glad you remember your own slogan.
No, it's just because I wasn't paying attention, so I didn't know what she was talking about.
But yeah, guys, we want to make sure.
And I love how she just said hi to you and not me. It's okay.
Because it's the Whitney Escapes podcast. She
No,
probably
it's
already said
okay.
hi to you earlier or later. But yeah, we're going to talk about some really fun things, but important things as well. And it's not going to be just me talking. We have special guests that are going to come in and pop in, put in their 2 cents. We're going to have Quest mediated so I don't talk the whole time. Because like, wait, you can talk. I'm like, yes, I can. Definitely when it's something that I'm passionate about and important to me, I'm going to speak until you get what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
So,
hi.
What are you trying to sound like me?
She was trying to sound like me. It's crazy, right?
I'm older, so.
Only by a couple of days.
Thank you for tuning in, Jason. Couple of days?
Yeah. Hi, Mary. How's your tits? Sorry.
Her tits. This is why she didn't say hi, because she knew you were going to be inappropriate. And this is what?
Whitney's Escapes Wednesday, Whitney's Escapes podcast.
Yes. So, let's get into it.
Hi, Mr. Smith. Surprise. I'm in Connecticut. What up?
Mr. Smith, what's up? Hi. So, today's topic is about what, Quest?
Today's topic is about parenting. And when it comes to society and how they influence children, but at the same time, society can influence children, but you still have to parent and you have to bring them up the right way so they're not subjected to what society is trying to brainwash them with. You know, I'm so happy you're recovering, Mary. Prayers out to you.
Me too. I'm happy you're recovering. I don't know what's going on, but since you're saying you're recovering well, okay. I hope, hey, that will feel better once you recover.
Especially your back.
Jinx.
You owe me $1.
But yes, we're talking about that. How this topic came about is that we had I went on some Quest show and then we started talking about things off the air, and you know it's got a little heated a little bit. And I was like, you know what? We're going to talk about this on my show. Because what's wrong with society and the human race is that we're not honest. And we're not able to speak our truth without feeling like we're being judged or we're going to be come after. What is it? Twitter, people going to come after you.
Mm-hmm.
All this stuff. I'm like, that's not how you're supposed to live your life. Mm-hmm. Being scared about what Twitter thinks or Facebook thinks or IG thinks, especially when it comes down to you being a parent. Like I was telling the other person off the ear, I'm like, yeah, society and other children will influence my children, but their number one influencer will be their mother.
That part.
Why? Because I am a parent, and it is important to parent your child. When they're grown, they're going to make their own individual decisions, which is fine. You want them to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want them to be little miniature you, like they don't have their own mind to think,
Mm-hmm.
but you want them to know the truth and don't let society be the first one to tell them. I don't lie to my children about anything. My 6 year old and my 9 year old can have a very intelligent adult conversation about anything with an adult, and you'll be mind blown how much they know.
Mm-hmm.
And not in a sense where they're grown, no, in a sense where they're prepared for life. You know, when it comes down to sexuality, when it comes down to intercourse, when it comes down to spirituality, when it comes down to tooth fairies and Santa Claus, my kids know the truth about everything. Because if you start lying to children, they're not going to believe you. And also, like people say, children don't do what you say, they watch what you do. And if you're not honest with them and also living that same lifestyle, you were not a successful parent. Sorry to drop that, Drew, but where's my mic? You see my mic? Mic.
Wow.
Horrible.
Horrible.
But it's true. And, you know, everybody probably don't agree with this topic today, but that means this show is not for you. But it's something that needs to be said. And we have a wonderful special guest who just popped in on the back screen. And we're going to bring him in, which is great because it's a male perspective who's also a parent who has some wonderful jewels to share as well. And we're going to have a great conversation. And we hope that the viewers would tune in, you know, leave comments. We will answer your questions. We will give you feedback on our thoughts and opinions. We're not God, but I would like to let you know that I think I'm a very wise woman. So my opinion should matter. But let's bring in our special guest, the one and only
DJ L. Name.
Your mic is not on.
Say what?
Oh, can you hear me? There it is.
There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Hey.
Very good. How you doing, ladies?
Doing well.
All right, I'm good. All right, interesting topic. Let me jump in. I agree with you. Parents have a total job when they're raising their kids. You know what I mean? Because we always say to the kids that be wilding out, they ain't no home training. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Kids are out there all, you know, and we see them in the stores knocking stuff down, screaming and hollering for the people to buy stuff for them. We all say they don't have no home training. We all say, you know, that the boys that's out there robbing, shooting, stealing, girls out there getting into stuff, we all say they ain't had no home training, right?
Yeah.
So if we can say that, we need to get the parents that are raising their kids in a way that society judges correctly, that are good, aren't out there being wild and reckless. We got to recognize them. So the parenting does do a major influence on raising your kids, on your children, period. You know what I mean? Because if not, then kids will just be reckless. I know the kids are going to see everything, but I think it's our job as parents to make sure when they see that, they don't react certain ways. You know what I mean? It's like the child, you raising the child, not me personally, but you know how some people like having guns and all that around their house, right? If that's cool in your house and you don't explain to your child how dangerous that can be a horrible situation. You know what I mean? So that's on you as a parent to educate, you know, your children so when they come up, they don't go outside those doors acting reckless. When they see something, they don't react in a reckless fashion, no matter what it is. It can be religion, sexuality, could be drugs, whatever it is. If you educate them properly, you don't have to worry about that as much. You still have to worry about it, you know, because you can't totally control them, you know what I mean? But you can help them make proper decisions.
And that is correct. And one thing I would like to tell the viewers out there as well is stop judging parents when they're out in the public with their kids, looking at them crazy. Or I know when my son, I'm the type of parent, I don't care what anybody thinks when I'm out in the public. My husband, like, oh my gosh, she's going to get arrested. I'm like, no. When my son or daughter, when they were very little and they want to have a tantrum in the store, I'm going to have a tantrum. I'm definitely not buying you what you want now because you showed your whole behind. You have to let kids know that. If you say, "Oh, I want them to be quiet because Tom and someone's Tiffany's looking at me," I don't care about Tom and Tiffany. This is not their child. They could look all they want, but I'm not going to have my child out here thinking that he can act all crazy and then he's going to get his way because Tom and Tiffany is looking at his mom and I'm supposed to feel a certain type of way. No, let them feel however they want to feel. Mind their business. Like I tell people, mind your business. It's your kids. But you have to teach a child when they're little, even going out to eat. You have to take your kids to a restaurant so they'll know how to eat at a restaurant. Not when they're 20 years old. Now you take it up. No, when they're little, that's how you train them. So the first time, second time experience is not always going to be great, but you can't expect a kid to know how to act. Hey, thank you. You cannot expect a kid to know how to act if you never put them in these type of environments. So other parents and stuff like that, when you see parents with their children, mind your freaking business. Let the parent handle it. Now, if the parent abusing them or something, then you can give them a side like, yo, take them to the bathroom, do something else. Don't be doing that in public. But disciplining them or telling them this is not how you act, that is called parenting.
I'll chime in for a second on that thing. As someone who see the way parents handle their children when they're in the public,
Mm-hmm.
the part that makes me uncomfortable is if a child touch something and then they get cussed out. I'm like, they're kids. They're gonna be curious. They're gonna touch things. You know what I'm saying? And it's the way that they handle that situation is the part that drives me insane. Like it really wasn't that serious to be cussed them out like they're a grown person. They're a child. They're gonna be curious. So little things like that, I don't like that they do. But like you said, it switches on to how people parent. I just want to put that out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, I also say this, about parenting that sometimes it gets unspoken. We all know people out there that when they say, "You look, I'm pregnant," you be like, "Oh my God," you know what I'm saying? You, I don't think you really should be having a kid. You think that because you're like, nah. Or the dudes that be like, "Yo, I done got somebody pregnant. I'm about to have my first child." You're like, you know what I mean? Because we know that they ain't built for that. You know what I mean? And there's some people that it takes a lot to be a good parent. You know what I mean? It takes a lot. It's just not had a kid and all of a sudden you're instantly, I don't know, Mr. Rogers. I don't know who's the guy now. You know what I'm saying? You're instantly the perfect parent. That's not happening. I mean, you got to grow up. When the child is learning potty training, you can't be all reckless. You know what I mean? And think you can beat that learning into their head. You know what I mean? Everybody
Exactly.
A lot
doesn't
of people
learn the
think
same
that
way.
though.
You know what I mean? Everybody doesn't learn. Everybody is not on the same pattern. Your first two kids may have been potty trained by one and a half. This third one, for whatever reason, may take a little longer. You know what I mean? So you got to judge each child individually and each parent individually. So
That's true. That's the key to life. They're individuals for a reason. No one are cookie cutter. Like they're not going to be exactly the same. Everybody has their own opinions, their own views about parenting. And one thing parenting is it's a selfless job. You can't be all about self like I mean and thinking you're correct all the time. Every child learns and reacts differently. Beating your kids doesn't always get a response. Taking stuff doesn't always be respond. Time kids act differently. Like my daughter, she doesn't like being yelled at. So she's more like I don't even want you to yell at me type of kid. You know,
Hmm.
so it's important to make sure that you understand your child. And I tell people all the time, my children and my husband made me the woman I am today because it showed me things about me that I'm like, okay, you need to be better at this. But they also give me life to want to be a better person, a better mom, a better individual. So the key is take your strength and make them take your weaknesses and make them your strength. Learn through your children, learn through other parents. Don't feel like you know everything. Don't be so high and mighty where you can't say, you know what, I don't get my son. Like something's going on. Let me ask Nino. You got a son? Like let's have those type of conversations and don't be ashamed. But I really feel like I think you might agree with this. Let us know after I make this comment. Is the problem is that we're not having enough honest conversations with our children, and they're learning so much from outside influences like TV, social media, schools, teachers, peers, and not getting the information directly from their parents.
Facts. See, that's where the parenting comes in. You know what I mean? If they learn the correct way from you, what they get outside is going to have a lesser influence on them. But if you, like some parents, just want to be your child's friend, you know what I mean, and not really parent them, you just want to be that friend, you just want them to smile and be happy about it, whatever. Then they go outside, then they got other people getting in their head, then you may have lost their child. You know what I mean? You may have lost their child to the streets, honestly. You know what I mean? Male, female, you may just lose the child to the streets. Now that's on you for not being a good parent. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's on you for not being a good parent.
And know too that, your child is not going to always do or go the way you would like them to. But it's your job as a parent to lead and direct them. I can't tell you what
Yeah,
my
that
child
part.
is
Say
going
that
to do.
again. Say that part again.
Lead and direct.
There it is.
But you have something to say?
Well, you know me, I always have something to say. No, I just wanted to piggyback off of something that DJ El Nino said about them wanting to be their friend. It's kind of like at work. If you are the supervisor, you are the manager. It's okay to be cool with your employees. Let them know, I want us to build that relationship, that friendship. So if anything is going wrong, like I got your back. I'm not going to be so hard on you. But when it's time to handle business, you have to realize I'm still your authority and I'm not your like friend. You know what I'm saying? When it comes time for business, I need you to handle it. And just like when you're going to be a parent, you want to be cool with your children. You want them to come to you. You want to be comfortable to speak to you like a friend, but you got to make sure you set that boundary and that solid foundation. Like, look, we're going to be cool. Come to me if you need me. Come to me if you want to talk. But realize my position as your parent that if you act up, I still have to handle you accordingly. You can't get mad at me for that. Isn't that right? Because aren't you friends with your children?
I am friends with my children, and they get mad at me all the time, but I don't care because I'm their parent, and I always tell them that I'm your parent first. I have a perfect example. This literally just happened yesterday, and I want to encourage parents to take everything as a learning moment for your child. So my son was watching TikTok, and I said it was fine that he watched TikTok. My husband didn't think my husband goes, hey, wait, your son's watching TikTok. You said he can watch TikTok. I was like, yeah. A lot of kids are watching TikTok. I don't want him to feel like he doesn't know what's going, because that's his peer. And I'm like, he's doing good at school. Let him watch it. So, and then my husband was like, well, I don't think he should watch it. I said, well, why? Then he gave some great examples why he didn't think he should watch it. I said, okay, you make a point. Well, he doesn't watch it. So I went and told my son, I said, hey, me and your father was thinking about it. And we decided that we don't want you to watch TikTok anymore. And he said, well, why? I said, one, you watch it with your little sister because we're allowing you to watch it doesn't mean we want her to watch it. Because now she's being influenced by things that we don't want her to be influenced. And I said, now you're being obsessed with it. Like you keep on watching kids and stuff because now he's in that age. He's a boy going to puberty. I said, well, I don't mind him watching people kids because I expect it. You know what I mean? He's at that age. But I told him, I said, hey, if you think you deserve to watch TikTok, prove your point. You know what I'm saying? I said, give us reasons why you think you should watch TikTok, and then we'll consider it. Did he do that? No, he had a whole nervous breakdown. Literally a nervous breakdown, like a tantrum. So I said, now you're definitely look at. Oh, can you put that on the screen?
Of course I can. All you do is click it.
Let me click on this. Hold on. How you do this?
Is it?
See, that's my son right there. That's my son. He's watching.
He's literally watching us now, listening.
But he knows it's true. So, I told him he didn't. He was so upset and so emotional that he didn't take the time to think it through. Well, I said I'm going to say something. I said no, but in the meantime, you're having a whole fit about it when I said, argue your case. And then I'm like, now you're proving your father's point. And I said to him, I said, ask your father what I said to him yesterday when he asked me, is it okay for you to watch TikTok? And he did. He goes, with, because I was going, with said you should watch it. I said, exactly. Now you proved his point, and now I'm not gonna let you watch it either. I said, because how you act. And now, and he's like, well, it was only one. It was only one.
He said, "Stop."
So, but no, is it true? And this is a learning moment. Still, you have to teach people. It's a learning moment. But the point that I was telling him this is because I was like, Jay, it takes one mistake that can ruin your whole entire life or take you off course. If you would have not let your emotions control how you felt and say, okay, mommy said I could prove my case. Let me think about what I'm going to say so that maybe I have the opportunity to watch this. Mm-hmm. But no, he let his emotions like, oh, I want to watch TikTok, overpower logic. But now he knows because I'm like, no, now you're definitely not going to watch it because you prove that you're not ready to watch this because how you're acting. See, I said, boy, stop it. Don't ever say I said, because just because I'm on here, don't act like I won't come upstairs. I learned my lesson. Good. I'm glad you learned your lesson. But watch how you talk to me. But like now he knows. He doesn't watch TikTok. And I said, will you start, because he does very well in school. I mean, you should say I'm doing good in school. I got great grades. I'm not giving you a problem. You could say a whole bunch of stuff. I said, you didn't even think about any of those things to say. Now he has the opportunity to think twice, but it could have went any other way. But the key is I took the time to explain and have this conversation with him to be like, hey, you could have earned it back if you would have just proved that you was mature enough to watch it. And all he had to do was really say, hey, Dad, Mom, I think I do good in school. I won't watch it with Jay. Maybe I'll just watch it 30 minutes, whatever. He didn't do that. So he lost the whole thing. Like you said, he learned his lesson now, but he didn't realize it was something that simple that he had to do. And he would have been able to watch it. So it's important to take any opportunity to parent your child. I didn't go back, even though he learned his lesson, he still didn't watch it to that because he has to still feel what he did. You falling now having a whole tantrum, that's unacceptable.
Absolutely.
Now you have to deal with the consequences.
Just like that's him. Children and even adults, they hear what they want to hear.
Mama.
You know what I'm saying? They hear what they want to hear. I'm like, did you even hear what I just said to you? Are you listening, or are you only listening, waiting for me to stop so you can continue to talk? If, like you said, it could have been something as simple as "you're right," blah blah blah, but no one listens. They're just waiting.
I hope you do. I honestly hope you do.
Oh my God, this is adorable. Absolutely adorable.
My number one fan. Thank you, Jan, for supporting Whitney's Escape podcast. And that's funny. But that literally just happened. So that was a perfect example about being upfront and honest with your children so that they understand one simple mistake, especially being a brown person with this beautiful melanin that God has blessed us with in America. We have to always be thinking. When we can't really, outside of your household, you can't really work on emotions. That can cost you your life, and that's something that, well, please share. Why was your ears burning? Because we was on a podcast. Let us know. But we can't do that, male or female, in this society. But I still always encourage people to speak your truth when it comes down to everything. When it comes down to sexuality, when it comes down to how babies are born, I had parents coming up to me, oh my God, do you know any books? How do you talk to your kids about X, Y, and Z? Because other kids were on the bus talking about it, and that's the first time they ever heard about sex and stuff like that. I'm like, that's the worst time for your kids to hear about how a child being born or seeing something on TV. That is absolutely horrible. And then now they feel like, why did my parents tell me this? Or even like with Santa and stuff like that. Telling them he's real, then you tell them that he's not. Like they feel like you've been lying to them all their life. Now they're devastated. You don't realize the stigma and the trust issues you're building between you and your child. And then you wonder why they don't come and speak their truth or so open with you. Yes, we definitely have to go back on parenting. It's very important. We have to monitor what our kids watch. We have to monitor what we do in front of kids. Like I have a bad habit of saying, what the heck? Like, you know what I'm saying? So now my baby girl wants to say what the heck all the time. I'm like, Mama, that doesn't sound nice. Mommy doesn't need to be saying either. But when I'm frustrated and I don't curse, that's just something I'll say, even though it's not pleasant. I'm not cursing, but still, you know what I mean? It doesn't sound nice when you hear it back from a 6-year-old. What the heck? I'm like, oh, that's totally me. Plus, you have something to chime in on?
I always have something to chime in on, but I don't really say anything reckless around children, so I'm good to go on that part.
Yeah, because you're not around children that often, but okay.
No, I not, but I understand what you're saying. Because it's not like I told you, it's not just being a parent; it's being an adult.
Yeah.
They say it takes a village to raise a child. That village is the parents, the grandparents, the aunts and uncles. You know what I'm saying? That's your teachers. It's your doctors. It's everyone that has some type of connection to your child is that village for your child, which means we all have to be on one accord because one of us could say the wrong thing and that's going to mess up that child.
That is
That's right. And
so
some of the people in their village need to be kicked out of the village. You were like, no, you know what I mean? Family members, you're like, yeah, don't hang around Uncle whoever or Aunt so and so. You know what I mean? We all like, no. So and some of the doctors, there's a lot of people out there. You got to mind it. All teachers aren't good teachers. You know what I mean? So let's
that's true.
well, my man Wiley. I'm glad my man learned this lesson on that though. Great job parenting on that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I mean, we can touch on the whole real grandparents anymore, but at the same time, it's not really grandparents. In certain cases, they're still parents too. But if they was taught wrong, that means they're going to teach wrong. And most people do not break generational curses.
So
So
that part again, Quest?
most people don't break generational curses. Like I remember this girl, she was telling me that her daughter be like cussing her out and stuff. I was like, wow, she does? Like, wow, that's crazy. She was like, she gets it from my mama because she be cussing me out. Her mama be cussing her out. So it's just normal in our family. I'm like, just because it's normal, it doesn't make it right.
In your family. Just because it's normal in your family doesn't mean it's normal or right.
Yes. Children come into this world, they don't know anything. All they're going to know is what you teach them and what you expose them to. Now, if that's how toxic your household is, then you can't get shocked when the child does that. And what makes it worse is if you going around your house cussing up a storm and then your child emulates you, all of a sudden you discipline them. Well, it don't matter. I'm grown. They're not supposed to say it. So why are you saying it around them? They're still in the learning phase, which means now they're getting in trouble for something that they're like, what? But you do it, mommy. You do it. You know what I'm saying? But before we continue with the show, any last words, Nina, before we continue on to the next segment?
Now, this was great. I felt I needed to jump on this piece. We talking about parenting. I have two beautiful black daughters, you know, and I hope I'm raising them right. At least they tell me that I'm raising them right. They're acting right, so I feel good about this. And I'll be watching the show. I got another meeting I got to dip off on for a second, but I'll definitely be watching and listening. All right?
Well, we want to thank you for coming in and putting your input because it's always good to have another person's perspective, especially the opposite sex, to talk about the same topic about parenting is always women's perspective. So it's always good to hear a male perspective. So we appreciate you coming on this evening, and then we'll have you on again.
All right. Appreciate the invite.
But disclaimer, a male's perspective who actually has common sense,
That part.
not just
That
any
part.
male, not
That
biased
part.
ones, not one track minded ones, the ones that's open to conversation and have common sense.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
part.
That part.
But we definitely
Thanks for
appreciate
the
you.
invite.
Absolutely. You're
And
welcome anytime.
yeah,
All right.
Okay. And if there are any other males out there that is watching the show right now, I did put the link in the chat. So all you have to do is just click it and you can join us. But let's go back to our viewers and let's piggyback on some things that they've said.
yeah. A lot of times, see, how do you want to address this? When parents smoke and stuff, you just you have it. I don't think anybody should be under the influence in front of their children because how can you properly parent when you're not in the right state of mind? You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So I understand that people want to drink. People want to, I have a whole full bar in my house that I don't drink, but my husband occasionally likes to drink. But he's never going to get to the point where he's intoxicated or he drinks around the kids. If he does have a drink, usually the kids are asleep or whatever the case may be. But even if he wants to have one during the day, he has a sober wife who would keep the kids entertained. But I think when you're a single parent, only parent, to do certain things like that, where you're not, in the right state of mind, you're probably going to react in a not in a non-rational way because you're altered. Even with me, when I want to go off on my kids, sometimes I can't because I realize that I'm just pissed off from multiple things that they have done. So now I can't even discipline them on that one thing that they did do wrong at that time because I'm thinking of all the other things that they done wrong and I wasn't able to. I didn't discipline them at that time.
A lot of parents that we see are reckless around their children. But in their mind is I'm grown. I can do what I want as I please. A child needs to stay in a child's place and they shouldn't do what I do. But you have to teach them what a child place is. And once again, if they're still growing, they only can emulate and learn from what they're exposed to. Now, if you up acting a fool and drinking and smoking and partying, and you talk about what you still doing out, go to bed. How they supposed to go to bed? And you got the music blasting like crazy in the next room, and you laughing and joking with your friends, and then they get in trouble because they can't go to sleep when technically you're disturbing their sleep. Once again, it's like them they can't win, and it's like it's not fair to the kids, especially after that their home environment is uncomfortable. Now they got to go to school where there's peer pressure and you're still trying to learn, still trying to grow, still trying to understand, and you're still lost and you're still uncomfortable. Where do you turn to?
Yeah. And also to piggyback on this topic, when you become a parent, you have to give up a lot of things. And so people out there who open spreading and wide and guys inserting things and all free willy nilly here, when you decide you want to do that and you become a parent, you have to know that your life is going to change forever. So partying all buck wild, acting all crazy is not something you should do as a parent. And even now, I get invited to plenty of stuff, and I tell people no, quick, fast, and a hurry. Why? Because one, I'm a parent. Two, I don't want to be tired when my kids wake up first thing in the morning, and I'm tired because I was hanging out all night. Well, because I don't have proper babies or I have some babies. No, you have to be responsible because at the end of the day, when I decided I wanted to become a mother, I knew things that I used to do I would not be able to do anymore. So I find other stuff that I enjoy doing because my number one responsibility was one is to be a wife because I want to make sure I still have my husband when my kids get up out of here and live their own lives. And two, I'm a mother. These days go by so fast. My firstborn will be 10 in 2 weeks. And I can't believe that he'll be 10 already. And I have given up a lot of things for them, but I don't regret it because I like to be present in the moment with them because I am creating a great human being, someone who's going to be great in society, someone can give back, someone can learn and be role models to other people. Because unfortunately, these day and age, you don't know what you're getting. What I'm saying? Out here. You want to build solid, confident individuals, male and female. Because thank you, son. You want to build that because this world is not kind to people who look like us. And we all know that. But I don't want my daughter or my son coming out here unsure, insecure, not prepared. And let me give you guys an example. Of course, you probably was here when this happened. A few years ago, my son, he couldn't figure out why my older sister, she couldn't figure out where's my older sister's husband. He kept on saying, Mom, where's Auntie's husband? I'm like, who? Auntie husband. Where's Ash's dad? I'm like, what? Mommy, how is Ashton here and Auntie doesn't have a husband? He couldn't figure it out because all he saw and all he knew was Mommy and Daddy get married, have a baby. And our family doesn't mean he knows other people outside of family who just have one parent, but he couldn't figure out why in our family that he did not know who my nephew's father was. He couldn't figure it out. And I was just like, well, son, and told him, I was like, how Mommy said how baby comes from, you can still have sex without being married. What? Did you do that? Yes. What? Was it with Daddy or somebody else? I'm like, your daddy's not the only person. Mom, what? Wait, hold up, Mom. How many people? Now he went to ask his father all these questions. And I'm laughing in my head, but I'm having this conversation with him. And he's be 10 this year. Maybe 6, because it's a couple of years ago. But you have to have those conversations. As again, Mommy and Daddy wasn't perfect. We're not perfect. But we want to teach you and show you the way it should be. And he's like, okay, Mommy, I'm not going to do that though, Mommy. I'm not going to sin. That's what he tells me. I'm not going to sin like you did. I said, I hope not. I hope you are better than me. I don't bust my behind every day. And I know your father doesn't bust his behind every day for you to be mediocre. If I'm right here, and I end right here, let me show you. If I start right here and I'm ending all the way up here, you starting right here. You don't start where I start. You start above, you start where I end. You understand? And I'm tired of people saying that. I know you probably heard this, Quest. I work hard all my life. They're gonna work hard too. Yeah, they're gonna work hard to keep what I gave them and multiply it. If you teaching your kids the jewels, you won't have that problem. But why would I want my kids to start from the gutter? Why I want my kid, if my parents didn't say, if my parents would abuse me, why would I want to abuse my kid? If my parents, people say, well, this is how I was raised. But how did you turn out? How did that affect you? And if it didn't affect you in a positive way, why would you put that same thing on your kid?
Once again, going back to what Robin said about breaking the generational curse. It was like, well, I learned through tough love, so I'm going to teach through tough love. And I'm just like, well, when you was taught that way, like you said, how did that make you feel? And I tell them, like, you know what? It's okay to just show people love. I always got to be so tough. We automatically have to have thick skin in society, especially being, people of color. So why is it that we got to fight the world? We got to fight you too when we home. That's not the way it's supposed to be.
And also people realize, right? This is something I had to realize early on. My children's reality was not my reality. So I would be a fool to try to parent my kid how I was parented. Some tools I can take, like the honesty, be honest with your kid, let them know about, sex and stuff early. So if somebody try to touch him, they know, oh no, you ain't supposed to do that. They already understand certain things. But I cannot treat and parent my child how my mother parented me. One, she was a single parent. I'm not a single parent. Two, my kids, of course, can clearly verify, is like Richie Rich. Like they're privileged children. I wasn't as fortunate, but my mom bust her behind and showed me work ethic and how to strive to do better. She showed us.
Speaks as if she's an only child, but that's just something within her she has to deal with. But I just want to sit here and correct her. Us.
My mom always taught us.
Look,
how to strive for everything you want, think as an entrepreneur, which you can see we both have that in us because we both own our own businesses. She always showed us how to hustle and, make sure we have passports, travel, anything she can do that was positive to fill our lives. She always strived to do that, and I always honored that about her. But as a parent, I can't use everything that she did because, like she said, she was still learning as a parent. You're always learning as a parent. So you take those things and you add on, and stuff that wasn't so great, take away. That's your job as a parent, And I think that's what's wrong with society. We don't know how to sit back, self-reflect, really think, and humble ourselves to be parents. People are like, oh, this kid acting like that. Oh, you don't even know my children. You don't know the relationship, and you don't know their mindset. Because one thing about a parent, when you have kids of this generation, they don't think like we think or do. This is one of my favorite questions, and I've, of course, heard it multiple times. How can you teach a kid to be hungry when they always had a full plate?
That part.
Let that resonate with you guys. Most of us who was born in the 80s and stuff like that, we know crack parent, single parent. We know all those things was going on back in those days. You know what I'm saying? So we saw a whole bunch of stuff. We went through a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? So we know we have that drive, that hunger. I want to do better. I saw my mom bust her behind to get me here. I want to, make sure my kids don't have to experience some of the things that we had to experience growing up. Right? So you do those things. You bust your behind. Now you live in a decent, successful life, and you want your kids to have that same hunger. How? When they don't know what it feels like to be hungry. You can teach them to have drive and want to be successful and different things, but you can't teach people to be hungry who's always full.
All right, I'll do it.
No, I didn't read it. I just want to touch you in the comment.
Please, I'm thinking you learn a lot. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow the TQuestion. We need to escape. Facts.
That part. You know what, Jay? Yes. You let her.
Absolutely.
Yo, he is so funny. Look at Question.
Oh, no, because normally I be trying to hide. It's like, stop. Why would you do that?
Because I'm trying to read what people are putting.
I understand, but I'm controlling this. I'm the executive producer. I'm already I'm the one that's.
Don't be telling people to pull up on my show. You better be talking about what we talking about.
Yep. He didn't say that he was coming to see me. He said that I better pull up on him.
No.
See what I'm saying? Anyways, but yep, totally forgot the conversation.
You saw you being tired and stuff.
No, before that, because you actually wanted to chime in and
about parenting and how you're gonna teach your child to be hungry when they all have full plate.
Yeah, like you see, you see it on the movies and reality shows where they take the kids to like the hood and stuff. And they was like, well, this is how I grew up. They be like, all right. That's it, right? They be like, okay, why are you showing me this? As they go right back into the Hummer, the Mercedes. They're like, okay. And then they at the soup kitchen giving them food. All right.
Okay.
When we leave, we gonna
make sure you follow TQuestion GLM.
Facts. That's my baby. That's Auntie Baby.
Like and subscribe on YouTube too.
Facts. See, that's my boo. Give me some.
We're trying to reach 1 million subscribers.
Facts. Come over here, boy. That's my baby. Look.
Don't judge this woman. She exposed me.
You know what?
It's called parenting.
You don't expose your child.
Yeah.
No, it's all about because you missed the first part of the show because you was being Aggie. She said you have to be open and honest with your children, which means she has to be open and honest with her guests too. Teaches you right from wrong so you can learn your lessons so you can know how to maneuver properly through life.
You're streaming. Everybody's gonna see this.
Yeah, and I hope everybody learned their lesson just like you did. That's the whole point. When you are doing things like this and it's out to the public, you want people to see what's going on and learn from your mistakes so they won't make the same mistakes. Isn't that what I was
I just want
telling
to
you?
apologize to you guys why I'm yawning. I've been up for a couple of days because I just flew in to Connecticut like today and we had a tight itinerary all day. So
It took hours.
I apologize. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I want to go to sleep, but we have to still do what we got to do. And yeah. Hey! Wolf in the building.
Yes, that is definitely true. But guys, we don't want to come in here and be like, oh guys, all this crazy stuff. This conversation did come from another conversation that got really a little bit heated because I'm very passionate about being honest with your children and parenting and not repeating the same mistakes, especially for people who look like us. We know it's hard out there in these streets. It's very difficult, and we need to break these generational curses. We need to have wisdom in everything that we do so that our children can live better than we did as children. That's the goal. Our goal as people and human beings should always be to be better, not the same. I don't want to be standing in the same spot. I constantly want to be going up the ladder and
not down the ladder.
That part. So you know me so well.
Go forward, not backwards.
Exactly. You know me so well.
Wait, what did he say? The turtle guy, I forgot.
Turtle.
Oh, from Kung Fu Panda.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very good thing. The past. Don't spend time in the past. What did he say?
He said past. He said past. He said future is the mystery. Past.
It's history.
Yeah, and present is now.
It's a gift. So
yeah.
cherish it. Everybody's
you only have one life, so live your best life.
Live your best life.
Have no sleep. Live your best life. Shout out on Jade.
Oh my God! Get out of here!
So that was the benediction of the night from Whitney, and we're gonna transition the show over because hi baby, I love you so much. Auntie baby, that's Auntie baby.
They haven't seen her in a long time.
Yes, Auntie baby, right here. Wait a minute now. There we go. But yeah, we want to segue the show because even though it is Whitney's Escapes podcast, it is Whitney's birthday.
Whoa. Do my comment.
Just say what you said,
Post
Jen.
my comment.
Just say what you said. They can see you. Just say what you said.
I said
Shout out to my mom and Mother's Day. Yes, thank you, Jen. We're so happy.
today's Mommy's birthday for real?
No, my birthday's Saturday.
And Mother's Day.
It's Sunday. Go ahead, Quest. Go back to what you're saying.
Okay, I was saying before I was really interrupted. We're gonna segue the show because it is Whitney's Escapes podcast, but it is Whitney's birthday on Saturday, so we're gonna have so much freaking fun. And if you guys just want to be a little generous or a lot of generous, you can.
Everybody say happy birthday, Whitney. In the chat, I want to see everybody
You gonna
spam
sing,
it.
baby? Go ahead, sing for mommy.
Happy birthday to you.
To her.
Happy birthday, dear mommy.
Right.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah!
Everybody, make sure you spam. Happy birthday
to
Whitney. Happy birthday to
Hey.
you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Hey!
Happy birthday.
Look at that head now, y'all. She got the Stevie Wonder and everything.
Happy birthday. Keep on going.
Look at those cheeks.
Shout out. Whitney, right here.
Oh my God.
No,
This-
experiment. I want to see experiment now.
Okay, Jan. This is
I'll do the
reality,
thumbs up.
guys. This is what happens when you have children. But we love them. We appreciate everyone for watching. We're so happy that Quest came all the way here to celebrate my birthday with me, show some love to her nieces and nephews and her sisters.
Shout out to Questo.
And my mother. We're gonna have a great weekend. Can you get off my breast? We're gonna have a great weekend, and we hope you guys learned something from today's show. How to just really reflect on what we do as parents, because when they say kid are the future, it's true. Like we don't need
I
all,
believe the children are future.
which is true.
Teach them when they lead the way.
Mhm.
Shout out.
Dramatic alert.
First of all,
Dramatic
that
alert.
was Rodney
Happy
and Randy and
birthday.
Sex and Chocolate.
Exactly. But it's important because we want them to be successful. We want them to live great life. But we also got to remember they're going to be in the White Houses and making decisions for us when we're older. And, we want to make sure that they are prepared to make those decisions, one.
Facts.
And they're prepared so they can live their best lives. We don't want
Did Peter do what?
to live their best lives.
Sing it.
I'm living my best life. Ain't no life wrong with you.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I'm the best
Pure
life.
addiction. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Also, guys, yes, my birthday is this week. If you want to be yours, hit that cash out. I really
Drop
appreciate
them dollars at $sign Whitney Lee.
Make donations. And smash the like button if you don't
Yes.
miss everything.
it. Yes.
Least minimum, just drop her $1. Let them know that you're watching this. At $sign
Drop
Whitney Lee.
$100.
Yeah,
Whoever doesn't get the shout
Drop
out.
$1.
That sounds like you definitely sound like my son. But
Come on, I want to see the money drop it. It's her
please
birthday.
subscribe, like on YouTube and all social media platforms, and also check out Whitney's www.whitneyskips.com. I have some really cool new trips planned for you guys who's trying to escape. The world is opening back up, but there is still new laws and regulations that you need to know. So when you're ready to book your next escape, please hit me up. I would love to help you. When you're serious, don't hit me up to waste my time. Time is money, and I don't like to waste time, and I don't like to waste money. But I do appreciate you tuning in. This is going to be a very, very fun weekend. We already started off today. We have a busy schedule. We might go live sometime, so you don't want to miss out. Right, T-Quest GLM?
Look, I'm here for my family, and if they want to go live, we want to go live. If they don't want to go live,
We don't go
we're
live.
not going live. Whatever they want to do,
We doing it.
that's what we doing.
And watch my YouTube channel. You don't have one, so I don't know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, it's Whitney Escapes.
Right. The family business, the family hustle.
Subscribe, people.
But, we really do appreciate all you, our fellow watchers, and thank you for tuning in. Next week, I probably won't go live, know me, because I'm a very private person, and I'll just let you guys know what we did next week when we come back on.
Can I tell you what we're doing for your birthday?
No, they don't need to know that.
They don't even know they're gonna pop up.
People don't know
They don't not even know what we're doing.
We'll let you know after we did it.
Bye. Yeah. Wait. Make sure you actually before you
Okay, stop.
go drop that 100, please. Drop the handy. Drop the
I like how
handy.
you think, son. I
Please,
like how you
please, please
think.
drop the handy for my mother.
And make
Really good women.
this
Please
like
do
button.
it.
I'm glad you think I'm a really good woman. 'Cause, yes, I do this.
Do you work too much? Constantly on the go? Miss hanging out with friends, family, or even yourself? Do you ever feel like you need an escape? Whitney's Escapes is here to help with just that. We specialize in family travel, autism travel, group trips, vacations, staycations, and more. So when you're ready for your next escape, make sure you contact us at whitneysescapes.com. Follow us on social media at Whitney's Escapes as well. Whitney's Escapes, where your dreams become your reality.
It's so funny. Well, thank you guys. Please subscribe. We appreciate you. That's our
Drop
show
the
for
100.
today. Thank you for tuning in. Sometimes I'm gonna record like behind the scenes stuff so you guys can see the craziness that goes on behind the screen.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Love you. Bye.
We will be doing a special video at 1 million.